Hello everyone and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on the Sony PlayStation 3. I am one well sheep yet again. Who else would it be? I mean, come on, honestly, this be fair, it's my channel. I mean, what do you expect? Chugga Conroy to start doing the intros? Actually, that would be quite an interesting thing. Imagine the confusion on everyone's faces. Anyway. We're going to be continuing, in this part, we're going to be continuing onwards throughout the castle and basically making progress. We're going to pretty much come pretty close to finishing off the entirety of this part of this world, pretty much. Now, we do need to visit this world a second time. I'm spoiling that right now, but our first visit will almost be done pretty soon. Basically, in this part, we got 2 boss fights coming up, and we need to kill all these enemies by here, because they're really annoying. I don't know if I explained those dark ball enemies yet, but basically they're giant blobs of darkness, and they are not that bad an enemy to deal with, but they can be a bit of a menace whenever you're fighting them, because they have an ability to teleport, just like the Ghost Harvest from previously. And what happens is they'll tend to teleport onto you, and when they teleport back into existence, they'll poof back in, and it will hurt a lot. Honestly, other than that, there's nothing notable about those guys. A thundering! Woo! Anyways, just continue moving throughout this castle, and you'll see, basically to the left of where we just were, there's an area where there were giant blocks. Now those blocks are actually the key to progressing further into this castle because, well, essentially we need to find 2 buttons, or 1 button. One or 2 buttons, and basically these buttons, one of them's right to the left of us now, will bring down those blocks, allowing us to continue moving. Die, will you please, for the love of goodness sake, for the love of goodness sake. But anyway, as you can see, the game is starting to really ramp up in difficulty. They're starting to throw more things at us, and those... basically, the enemies are just becoming more and more obnoxious. We haven't gotten to the hardest enemies in the game yet, which we won't be seeing for about another 4 to 5 parts, I don't think, until we see the hardest enemies in the game, in my opinion. So, don't worry, we still got a bit left. Anyway, how many... oh, for God's sake, wizards. See, I don't like it when wizards pop up because they're really not strong enemies at all, and somehow I managed to deflect that ice blast. I have no idea how. But basically, wizards are really just time-wasting enemies because they teleport whenever you're just about to finish combo on them all the time. They just activate their frenzy move, which does literally no damage to you. They're just a nuisance, really. Anyway, take all these guys out, and there we go. Okay, it's time to push the switch right after gravitating this thing. What is causing these platforms to float anyway? This sort of stuff needs to be explained. Why are things floating? Nobody knows. Anywho, we have basically 1 or 2 places to go, and, well, we have 1 place to go from here. Down here, into this room by here, which is the lift stop. Yay. And there's nothing in here. Whoop-de-doo. So what's the point of this room? Honestly, I have no idea. I think it's literally just to throw you off track of where you're meant to go. Because earlier on, we actually missed a switch. Don't worry, I'll be picking up the switch in literally a few seconds. It's not that big a deal. Like, just grab the lift back up. Whenever you jump off from that area, it doesn't send you 2 back. It sends you like 1 or 2 areas backwards, just so you're reaching this one area. And there we go. See this switch by here? You're gonna want to push it. Can't believe I missed it my first run. That would have made things a little bit more, shall we say, quicker. Either way. Speaking of quicker, I just jump cut it out of here. Teleportation powers. You gotta love the magic of editing, haven't you? So let's just continue moving on. For God's sake, wyverns, why? Well, we can sort of ignore these wyverns anyway, because that switch... I don't know what that switch does, but it's not required, so screw it. Into the castle we go. And I hope you guys are prepared, because it's time for a boss fight.
So, I see the path has emerged at last.
Yes. The keyhole to the darkness.
Unlock it, and the Heartless will overrun this world.
What do I care? The darkness holds no power over me. Rather, I will use its power to rule all worlds.
Such confidence.
Oh. Ah! Impossible! The Princesses of Heart are all here! It must be her.
Without her heart, she will never be able to release her power.
The King's fools are here. I'll deal with them myself. You stay here and guard the princesses.
Seriously, can't Maleficent tell that Riku's personality's done a 703,000 degree turn? I digress.
I'm afraid you're too late. Any moment now, the final keyhole will be unsealed. This world will be plunged into darkness. It is unstoppable.
We'll stop it! After coming this far, there's no way we're gonna let that happen!
You poor, simple fools. You think you can defeat me? Me, the mistress of all evil!
Alright, Angelina Jolie, calm down. Alright, so Maleficent's a pretty easy boss fight, and like I said, how the hell can't she tell that Riku's suddenly changed his personality entirely? That would have kind of clicked to me if I was there, and good old Angelina here doesn't care about Riku in the slightest and just ignores the fact what he's like. Either way, basically to do this boss fight, what you want to do is simply attack the rock that Maleficent is standing on until it falls. And when the rock falls, just keep wailing on Maleficent, who uses her glorious powers of the Mentos Fresh Maker. And yeah, that's basically all she wrote. Maleficent's attack, you basically, when she's on the giant rock, I just assume it's a rock. When she's on this thing, she has a couple of attacks, like the ability to summon comets and shoot them at you, which is the most powerful attack. I think she can also do things like lightning bolt, and she also summons Heartless from time to time. But she can do I didn't know she could. I forgot she could actually do the attacks when she wasn't floating. Either way, basically Maleficent has the attack to summon comets and stuff. Summon Heartless, and occasionally as well, just whack you with her staff. Which is honestly her weakest attack, as you can assume. She's just hitting you with a staff. Woo! But the boss fight overall is a very short boss. Her lightning attacks are the most annoying, by far, because they tend to keep on clipping you as you're trying to, well, take care of the Heartless in the room first, which I recommend. When Heartless spawn in the room, take care of them before taking care of good old Maleficent here. So let's just finish her off with Ars Arcanum. Ooh, delicious. And yeah, slow motion victory. Oh my god, that looked brutal. Ow. But yeah, easy boss fight overall. Whoa! Whoa! Now right by here, I recommend heavily equipping fire-reducing damage effect items for one specific reason. The next boss fight is what I consider to be the hardest boss in the entire game. No, second hardest boss in the entire game, actually, not the hardest. And basically what you want to do is make sure you have arrow on your quick magic menu and make sure that you have fire stuff, because oh, you're in for a doozy of a fight, I'll tell you that much. Oh.
Do you need some help?
Riku!
Yes, a Keyblade. But unlike yours, this Keyblade holds the power to unlock people's hearts. Allow me to demonstrate. Behold! Now, open your heart. Surrender it to the darkness. Become darkness itself!
This is it. This power. Darkness. The true darkness!
Like I said, it looks just like Mentos. And what is this fantastic boss fight? Well, we're fighting Dragon Maleficent. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the big beast is out. Now it's time to slay this big beastie and become glorious. Now, the first thing I heavily recommend you doing is summoning Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is a unique summon that basically heals you every few seconds, and she does not require Donald and Goofy to summon. And trust me, you want Tinkerbell straight away, and you also want to equip Arrow to reduce damage. This is the most damaging boss in the entire game. She will annihilate you because her attacks basically consist of, well, everything you expect a dragon to do, and just like everything you expect a dragon to do, they all hurt. The tail whip thing, well, I don't think the tail whip itself actually hurts you, but as she walks and lands, she has my worst enemy in video games, shockwave attacks. So basically jump whenever you see her feet go to move. Whenever your arrow runs out, redo it, because otherwise bye-bye health. And her other attacks involve spit out will-o-wisps, which will basically home into you. Now these will-o-wisps, I can't think, the best way to sort of dodge them is to, well, fly away. Just sort of use your glide ability and just glide away, and hopefully you can just get around them. They are really annoying moves to dodge. Next she'll use a flamethrower attack, which is basically everyday fire breath. Now the fire breath is her most damaging attack. If you stand in the fire breath with arrow or without it for more than 2 seconds, your health will diminish to pretty much 0 instantaneously. It will wipe you out, so be aware. And this boss fight overall is only as difficult as you make it. How do I mean by that? Basically, you need to pay attention to her attack animations, and all her attacks are very easy to tell when she's going to do them. So just pay attention, and that's all I can say. If you don't pay attention, you will die in a matter of a minute. Like I said, though, this is the second hardest boss in the entire game, folks, so you're definitely in for a surprise your first time playing this. This took me so many attempts my first playthrough, I tell you. Just keep wailing on her and her health will slowly decrease. Of course though, like I said, Tinkerbell is a really useful thing. As you'll notice throughout this boss fight, I'm going to have a little sparkly effect all over me, and basically that's Tinkerbell going, hey, I'm going to heal you now. Oh, yuck! Because apparently Tinkerbell's like a higher pitched Goofy, I don't know. But that's all there is to it. I will honestly say though, as difficult and as frustrating this boss fight can be, this is probably my favorite fight in the entire game. It keeps you on your toes. It takes place in a very amazing arena, which this will be the only time you see this arena if you're playing this on the non-final mix version of the game. And that's basically it. Of course, the Dragon Maleficent design I love as well. I just love dragons. As many people know, they're my favorite sort of mythological creature dragons are. Kind of makes sense because my country has a dragon as its actual national flag, so I guess that makes sense. Anyway, as she starts getting more and more damage, her fire attacks will start getting a lot more intense. Like right now, an entire segment of the field will just be engulfed in flames, which means good luck dealing with it. Of course, that's pretty much all there is to the fight. Oh my god, stop it! And I don't know how I got that tech point there. I think the will-o-wisps that she does shoot and home in on you. If you have a good enough aim, you can actually deflect them with your Keyblade. But I never really pull this off on purpose. It's always accidental whenever I do it. So yes. Anyway, there we go. Time to kind of show this dragon the key, and yeah. It looks like Maleficent is about to get slain. Oh, get it, slain. And I don't know how long Tinkerbell lasts as a summon. I think she lasts pretty much until the fight that you summoned her in actually ends. So she basically stays there throughout the entirety of a fight. So that's a very wise thing to take into account. Whenever you feel you may have issues surviving fights, Tinkerbell is the option. Anyway. One more combo and she's out! Ouch! There we go. Bye-bye, the dragon's been slain. And with that, folks, that is the end of this part. So thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people, and we will return next time when we finish off Hollow Bastion's first visit. Thanks for watching, see you after. Bye!